Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new matchday video here at the EcoPower Stadium. Today it's Doncaster Rovers taking on Leyton Orient. Now here's some fun stats heading into this match before we break it down tactically. Doncaster Rovers have actually scored 10 goals in their last 5 matches, despite having 2 wins in their last 10 in all competitions. Now Richie Wellens, the Leyton Orient manager, has never lost a game against Doncaster Rovers as a Football League manager. So it should be interesting today, because if Orient beat Rovers, they'll do the double over the red and white army here at the EcoPower Stadium for the first time since the 97-98 season. So firstly, let's talk about what Doncaster Rovers need to be doing in today's game. When we look at how Orient play and how Doncaster play, there's a few things in particular they need to be doing. Firstly, a big thing here is to not give simple chances to Leyton Orient to score. And it's been something that McCann has highlighted in the press recently. He's been highlighting the fact that these easy chances can't be given up. They can't be, utilised and capitalised on by Orient. They can't give easy chances away because Orient can just capitalise with their quick attacking, threatening players in that final third area. So a big thing for Doncaster here is they need to be really, really careful in terms of how they defend, how they build the play up out from the back in possession, and also how they build up the play in terms of moving the ball forward from defence to attack. So that's a big thing here, is making sure that Orient don't get easy chance to score, because the second Orient use their pace to intercept the ball and counter using those quick transitions that have made Richie Wellens' side effective in the final third, it could be lights out for Rovers very, very quickly. Another big thing here is the concentration on their set pieces, both defensive and offensive. Neil Byrne obviously is the brand new signing for Doncaster Rovers, of course the previous Stockport County and Bradford City defender. So again, his aerial threat is going to be very, very crucial today for Doncaster Rovers if he does indeed start in this game. Orient can use set pieces as a route to getting some goals in the back of that net. So Rovers have to be switched on when defending those set pieces. And of course, set pieces from a Rovers perspective to try and score some goals are also going to be very, very important today. Some Molyneux in-swingers could be very, very crucial depending on where the set pieces are taken from. And a big thing here finally is, of course, from a tactical perspective. Out of possession, that double pivot needs to be set up to protect the back four when they're not on the ball. So if you've got Broadbent and Gotts, for example, Gott's been operating in a deeper role in recent weeks. We know Broadbent is a very aggressive, intercepting defensive midfielder. If Owen Bailey is to play at centre-back once again today, it's going to be very, very crucial for Broadbent and Gotts together as a partnership to protect that back four when they're not on the ball, or straight away when they lose possession of the ball. Orient are going to use their quick interception play and their quick play in transition to try and get those goals. So a big thing for Rovers here is to try and make sure that they back four are protected, because that back four has conceded some easy goals in the past few weeks. So now let's speak about Leyton Orient and what they need to do tonight to win the 3 points. First of all, quick transitions. This is the base of what makes Wellens' attack strong in certain matches. Now from my perspective, I think what Wellens' side needs to be doing tonight is making sure that they press that midfield, making sure they get their wingers ready, and make sure that they exploit those wide channels. The quick transitions are what's going to be really effective for Leyton Orient in this particular match. It's going to be very interesting to see how the wingers, whether it be Theo Archibald, Ollie O'Neill, and see what they do when they're given the ball from the midfield. The plan is simple for that midfield today for Leyton Orient. Press the double pivot, win back the ball, and send your wingers on the run. The wide channels are going to be an important battle in this particular match as well, because again, what Orient need to be doing is they need to be forcing Doncaster Rovers to attack those using the wings and using the wide channels. Orient need to pin the Doncaster Rovers fullbacks in. So if they force Rovers to attack down those channels, rather than Rovers looking at that, seeing that, noticing that, and mixing it up a bit, Orient need to push Doncaster to attack down those channels every single time. Then what they need to do is create those 2v1 overloads on the flank area, isolate the Doncaster Rovers fullbacks, and the quick key switches and compact defending is going to be crucial to Orient getting some chances in open play tonight. And finally, just like Doncaster Rovers, set pieces are going to be absolutely crucial. Leyton Orient have conceded some late goals and had some real lapse in concentration at the back in recent games. So what Leyton Orient need to be doing is staying concentrated and staying focused in both defensive and offensive set-piece situations. Alongside that, they need to be stopping these late goals and lapsing concentration by making sure they keep compact at the back, both in and out of possession, and also making sure that they are rock solid when intercepting the ball to create those quick counters and maybe nick a goal right at the end if it comes to that situation. So before kick-off, we're joined with Dexter, who's a Leyton Orient fan. How would you sum up your season so far?
It's been a difficult season, loads of injuries. Hopefully we can make a few signings over the next few days, but it's been an on and off, up and down, yeah. Hopefully it'll get better than that.
I'm guessing safety is just the priority this season, just stay up in League One and go from there.
Yeah, hopefully we'll stay up. Next season, try and get better and get more players in, and yes, all them loans we had last season helped us to get playoff final, but this season we've lost them all and can't do much now.
Obviously there's only a few days left of the window. What do you think you still need?
We need a left back, we need a keeper, could do with new midfielders. Yeah, that's about it really now, yeah.
And finally then, what do you think the score prediction will be today?
Score prediction, I'm going 3-1 Orient.
If you can name a league position, finally, what would you say you'd finish?
I will go 13th.
So we have your official team lineup, starting off with the home side, Doncaster Rovers. In goal, Xander Clark on loan from Hearts. The back four from right to left consisting of Jamie Sterry, Jay McGrath, new signing Neil Byrne and Jack Senior. A midfield pairing of Owen Bailey and Robin Gotts with Harry Clifton, who plays beyond and in front of both Robbie Gotts and Owen Bailey. Luke Molyneux and Hakeem Adelakin on the wings from right to left respective, and up front on his own is Francis Okoronkwo. The Leyton Orient team today will most likely be set up in that 3-4-2-1 formation like against Bolton Wanderers in the last match. So in goal for Orient is Killian Cahill. It will be a back three consisting of Jack Simpson, Dan Happ and the West Ham United loanee Caelan Casey. Playing as wing backs on the right and left respective is captain Theo Archibald and Demetri Mitchell. It'll be a midfield partnership consisting of Azim Abdullahi and Jack Morehouse, with both Ollie O'Neill and Ajay Matthews playing behind striker Dom Ballard. Today is certainly going to be a very interesting game. I expect both sides could have a tight, tense first few minutes to this first half in this particular matchup tonight. I think if Orient win the midfield battle and counter quickly, they will capitalise. If Doncaster Rovers can keep Orient's attacks at bay and keep the midfield battle well and don't let Orient win the second balls and be compact defensively, Rovers have a chance for the 3 points tonight. It's Doncaster Rovers v Leyton Orient. Let's get inside the EcoPower Stadium and let's analyse this match. Let's go. Finally, as always on a match day, the best wishes go to both Doncaster Rovers and Leyton Orient for this particular match, and as we always say to each set of players, mean that badge to you. Just had a DM from League of Pundits. Now you're probably saying to yourselves, what is League of Pundits? It is literally as straightforward as picking one Premier League team to win every single match day. It is as simple as that. Make sure you create your own league with your friends and you can win some amazing prizes. However, you can also create some incredible forfeits as well. And I've got big news dropping today. I'm going to be creating the Chow Premier League right here on League of Pundits. So make sure you use the special designated code and make sure you join my league, and who knows, you could be walking away with some incredible prizes. Stay tuned, because this year could really be your year. And we have kick-off here at the EcoPower Stadium. Collected there by Jamie Sterry. Running well, drives it well, Jamie Sterry! Oh! Oh, how close was that? Very, very close effort there by Jamie Sterry. Did well to collect it inside the defensive semi-half. Drive it through the middle of the pitch. Loads of gaps being left by Orient. in the middle and in the defence. Sterry found the gap to just find a shot off, just wide, but a good effort from the Doncaster Rovers fullback. And Orient will try and go long through Caelan Casey. Look at the space on that flank, but it's a missed opportunity there. And Clark will go direct, long and quick. Control there from Francis, but it's just taken into the path of Demetri Mitchell. Under pressure there. And that is one thing you've got to do against Leyton Orient. You've got to put that back three under pressure, because especially in recent games, Orient have been known to have lapses in concentration. Bring down there on Okonkwo. Fans are calling for a penalty. Referee's saying get up. And it's cleared there by Jack Simpson. Well defended there by Hakeem Adelakun. And now Adelakun can look for the drive. It's Francis Okonkwo. Just a little too wide, but Harry Clifton tries to control it anyway. And now it's Owen Bailey. Jack Senior looks for the cross. Cleared away. Collected by Gotts, and that is a free kick for Rovers. Definitely a free kick that time. It's going to be Luke Molyneux on one side, but it looks like Hakeem Adelakun's preparing on the other side of this free kick. Of course, returns in the January transfer window. Adelakun, and it shoots wide over the bar. Adelakun looking for the ball, switch the play again. Sterry driving very well there. Theo Archibald just beats him to it on the overlap. This is the thing I've noticed already in this first 5-10 minutes for Doncaster Rovers. You put pressure on that back three for Orient, and there will be some considerable potential mistakes in that back three. Their handling under pressure as a back three, as a defensive line, hasn't been clean, squeaky clean at the minute. But Orient here could make something happen in the final third. Here's Jack Morehouse. But no, put that back through under pressure for Orient, and there will be mistakes. They're not as squeaky clean under pressure as they might seem, especially not in recent games for Orient. Be a big test for Neil Byrne today. Obviously, brand new signing, and they came in the last couple of days on loan from Bradford City for the rest of the season. Almost a really bad pass for Orient there, but they recover before it gets out of play. Good control under pressure there from Clifton. Okoronkwo moves it on the outside. Ball comes back in, and it's flicked away. Chance for Senior, but it's flicked away again. Killed in, and it's... Oh, that's a missed kick there. First 15 minutes, I think a 0-0 is probably a fair result. The main thing we're noticing here is who wins the second balls, who wins the midfield battle. Can Orient isolate the fullbacks? Who's winning the battle on the channels? At the minute, you've got a mix of both happening. The Orient back three looks shaky at times under pressure. They really, really do. But Rovers, just like them with Francis there, just leaving that ball open for Orient to intercept on a lapsagaisical touch. But instances here where Rovers can win the ball back. Okoronkwo deflects off Dan Happ. And now Rovers can play it again. Bailey over to Sterry. And it's Luke Molyneux, and it's wide. Again, moments like that where Rovers can intercept from Orient. It's not always Orient intercepting on a lapsed touch from Rovers. It can be Rovers intercepting from Orient on occasion. And when Rovers can do it, they've had some good chances on goal today in these first 15 minutes or so. So I think 0-0 is probably a fair reflection. I think both sides have had a couple of good chances either side, but I think 0-0 is probably a fair reflection. Both sides have won their second balls. Both sides have won the midfield battle when it comes to it. And both sides have definitely won the battle on the channels when needed to. It's going to be a Leyton Orient free kick. I really don't agree with that decision. I didn't think there was much contact, to be honest, on that one. They've let a lot of 50-50s go in this first half so far. That is 3 times now in the space of 5-10 minutes that Adelakun's been offside by about a second or two. Again, another great run, but just timed it too late. That shot was saved in the end by Cahill anyway, but it was offside for the 3rd time in a row in the space of about 10 minutes. It's offside again from Doncaster Rovers. It's offside yet from Rovers. That's the 4th time in the space of 10-15 minutes. This time it's Molyneux who comes into the centre. Harry Clifton, through ball, Adelakun, Owen Bailey! 1-0 to Doncaster Rovers! And with how many runs that Doncaster were making in the last 10-15 minutes, that goal was coming on that basis. Bailey on the end of a great through ball. It's Doncaster Rovers 1, Leyton Orient 0. When Orient gave Rovers the space in that attacking third, in that particular moment, It was about those 1-2 quick combination plays. If they can find the open space, if they can find the opportunities, it was the quick combination play that would open Orient up at the back, any which way, shape or form, and that's exactly what Rovers did. Brilliant ball. After Molyneux couldn't find support on the first attempt, they recycled it, they played it through again, a great through ball to Leyton, and one quick pass inside through to Owen Bailey, tap in near the back post, in the centre of the space, 1-0 Doncaster. The quick combination play blows the Orient defence apart. Orient now need to find that response. They've got to keep it compact at the back. They've got to switch it if they can. Because Orient right now, you know, there's times when they come forward with not enough venom compared to what they're used to, and Rovers are doing that pretty well at the minute. I think Senior and Sterry at times have nullified the Orient threat very, very well. Robbie Gotts to swing it in. Can he get a head on it? Cleared by Orient. Only as far as Gotts. Sterry launches it up. Referee needs to call it! And it will be a Doncaster Rovers penalty! Easy bring down. Orient fans seem to be calling for an offside there, and it is in fact a yellow card for Caelan Casey as Doncaster Rovers get the penalty here. Can Luke Molyneux put Doncaster Rovers up front by 2-0? Can the winger do it? Luke Molyneux, kiss me, I'm Irish, he's done it! 2-0 Doncaster Rovers, Luke Molyneux with the penalty goal, and Orient already looking for the half-time refreshments. A well-taken penalty by Luke Molyneux, straight at the other side of the keeper, Killian Cahill. Again, Orient exposed at the back, they pulled his man down in the box. It was a penalty, clear as day, and the referee almost blows for half-time. We all thought it was the whistle then. But no, in all seriousness, Doncaster Rovers and Orient were pretty even heading into that halfway mark in this first half. And then Rovers just opened up Orient more and more and more. And Doncaster Rovers well deserving of this 2-0 lead after the penalty decision. And of course the first goal, really good quick combination play. Doncaster Rovers definitely deserved to be in front at this stage. Orient opened up way too easy, that back three, really shaky under pressure, really uncomfortable under some kind of press by Doncaster Rovers. And at the moment it is 2-0 Doncaster Rovers as we head into the half-time break. Definitely a deserved half-time lead, but of course, as we know from Saturday, it could all change in the blink of an eye. Half-time then at the eco Stadium, Doncaster Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 0. Basically what we just said in a nutshell, really. Doncaster Rovers more than deserving of that 2-0 lead at the break. It was an even game for the first half of that half, and then Orient just got opened up more and more by the minute, and Doncaster Rovers definitely deserved that 2-0 lead. Let's see what happens, especially after Saturday in that second half, as Doncaster Rovers lead by 2-0. Oh, wait a second! Ollie O'Neill with a thrusting challenge! That is a clean through swipe at Sterry. But before that incident happened, it was 3-0 Rovers. Great finish in the end by Bailey. We could just hear it from the Orient fans over there. They're saying to their players, you're not fit to wear the shirt. Massive problems down at Brisbane Road. Robbie Gotts and Hakeem Adelaide working a nice overload, but they get away from it. And they're having to switch it down to this near side with Ollie O'Neill up against Jamie Sterry. Tries to work on the inside through the through ball, and that through ball goes all the way through to Xander Clark. He says, not today, sunshine. And now got an opportunity for Rovers. It's just gone into the centre of the area and over the wide onto this near flank. Just couldn't get a boot on the end of it. And a foul there against Harry Clifton, Orient free kick. Great opportunity to work the ball inside. Just couldn't get that extra boot on it. Could have been 4-0. And back it goes. And that is a poor kick from Killian Cahill. That is a poor kick. And the Orient fans are not happy with that one bit. And so they shouldn't be. Great ball forward. Is he onside? He carried on the run. Harry Clifton! It's all! Just wide. What an opportunity for 4-0 from Harry Clifton. Again, this is all Doncaster needed to do in this game. Put the pressure on and force Orient into uncomfortable situations, and they've done that. Orient needed to look concentrated and focused in set pieces and in open play as well. And that back line has looked shaky today. But here come Orient in the attacking third. We know the attacking explosive threat they have in the attacking third. Chance there, and Robbie Gotts clears it away from inside that box. A standing ovation from those Rovers fans for Francis, aka Frankie Okoronkwo. He's had a fantastic game. He's been physical, he's been manhandling, he's been a very good presence in that forward line, Francis, aka Frankie. He has been brilliant, and a standing ovation proves it. He's starting to prove a really smart loan signing at the minute for Doncaster Rovers. That Frankie Okoronkwo could be a really smart signing in the making there. So we've got about 12 minutes of normal time before we get the added time for the second half. Again, I think Rovers have been controlling the second half. I think Orient have struggled. They've come forward a few times in the later stages of the second half so far, but not enough to start with in the second half. Rovers have been in control for, I'd say, the majority of the second half. It's offside against Sharp there. But no, I think Rovers have been in control. They've been comfortable for me. I think that Orient have struggled in the attacking third to try and create something that's worthwhile. And I would also argue that Orient defensively, again, have looked shaky. They've looked uncontrollable at times. They looked like they were under pressure way too much. And there were times where we thought they couldn't deal with it. And I think the safety of that back line for Orient must come into question. I think they've looked way too uncomfortable on and off the ball. So I'm sure Richie will look at that in training next week, or in the week leading up to the weekend game for the end of this week. But yeah, defensively looked very, very uncomfortable, Orient, today. And now Orient look to go along down this near side. Sterry with the head on. Owen Bailey tries to flick it on, but didn't see the man marked, and Bakinson recovers it. Wellens now. Craig to Wellens. Over to that far side, Theo Archibald. Archibald looks to swing it in if he can. He's got barely any room. Tries to switch the play now. Ollie O'Neill, headed away by Sterry. Luke Molyneux controls. Down he goes. There's no foul there. Ollie O'Neill, edge of the area. And it's well defended by Clifton and cleared by Jamie Sterry. Yeah, man of the match goes to Owen Bailey. But yeah, I think Burns had a good debut today. I think he's been calm, he's been organised. So I think he's had a solid debut today. But again, it is an untroubling Orient side that he's up against. Foul there for Rovers. Karoma at fault. And Richie Wellens does not look happy on the touchline. This looks like a Doncaster win, signed, sealed and delivered. Full time here at the EcoPass Stadium. Doncaster Rovers 3, Leyton Orient 0. Leyton Orient, very, very poor side today. They look worse with the more changes they made. From a Doncaster Rovers perspective, didn't really need to get out of second gear in that second half. It was all Rovers for me in that game, for at least most of it anyway. Orient definitely did not trouble that Doncaster side. And Doncaster Rovers get the 3 goals and the 3 points. Doncaster Rovers 3, Leyton Orient 0 at full time. So the Orient fans make their way to the coach after a depressing performance, but from a Rovers perspective, they finally get those 3 points they were longing after, especially after what happened against Wigan on Saturday. Doncaster Rovers getting the 3 goals and those 3 points, but from a Leyton Orient perspective, it goes from bad to worse. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see ya in the next video very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a Donny-tastic day. Ta-ra for now.